Emily. Appreciate everyone taking the time today to be here with us. We are excited to be part of this and want to get started. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in our chat section. That's a great place for you to put those in. Some reminders there. There's a chat area there, and we will try to answer all those questions you have as we go through, and we'll also have an airtime at the end for that. So if you also are wanting to hear more about this, we will be sending an email after this with the recording and giving you a lot of the information that we talk about today. So with that, I'm going to get started here with engaging your students in animal systems, tools for teaching reproductive, digestive, and muscular systems. So as we get started, want to just talk a little bit about the curriculum that we're going to be talking about today. You can get this online. It is something you can go through our COVID-19 response page, go there, go to our guides and curriculum down here. It's our webinars, free lessons, and then guides and curriculum. When you click on that one, you then can pick which different curriculum you're looking for or interested in to be able to look a little deeper at and get more understanding on the different curriculums that we have. Once you click on one of them, it allows you to go into get the curriculum, the activities, get a little bit more understanding with what is involved there. So things we want to accomplish today is we want to learn some examples of how to teach animal systems virtually and then also in person. We're going to learn about Realityworks models themselves, their interaction, some of the student engagement and learning that comes with them, and then learn about just that kind of the focus. And we're going to really focus in today on digestive and reproductive systems of each animal that we bring to the table here. So walking through those different features that each of them bring. So I want to start with some teaching options. So there are different ways that you might be teaching right now or wanting to teach in the future. And one of the things that we really focus on and encourage is for you to start looking at different ways, or maybe it is that you do a lot of 1, 2, or 3, or 4, but you need to, try to change it up. And this allows you to change it up a little bit by not always doing just a lecture, by doing something where you might do a lecture, next time it might be just presentation slides. Maybe you're going to throw in an activity there, or finally, maybe you're going to do some hands-on work as well as, an activity and bring them into the classroom, or if they're virtually, having them do something in that virtual world. So want to just walk through some examples for us today on how you can do that and what's involved there. So getting started as we talk about remote lecture, or just lecture in general, one of the things that I'm doing right here is I'm kind of doing that right here. And so as you go through this, make sure that you have a focus, that you give them something to look at. As you see the visual that I'm presenting here, I have different models of our animal anatomical models here. And so I'm giving that present something that you can look at, visually see, and understand. It might also be that you want to demonstrate or keep something that they are not only just hearing your voice, but also being able to show what is going on as well. So, having the demonstration ability to show them, have them watch what's happening is also very important. Then another place is have students respond to questions and discuss what they're working on or what you're talking about. Now, this can be done in multiple ways. You may not have them talking back to you, but you could have a chat session. You could have polling questions, different ways to engage your students. Now, another addition to that, and something that we're going to talk about today and kind of go a deep dive in, is this idea of presentation. Having that focus is something very important, but also when you're talking about presentations, less is more on presentation slides. Giving them visuals as much as the reading text is also important. So a lot of times you have to make more slides than you might think of. And then there's really kind of two ways that this might help you. And as we look at here is you can go about it with a show and tell. So you go to the demo and you present the demo and then you do kind of a presentation, or you do a tell and show. You go to the presentation and then you demo it. So depending on which way you kind of see and work best, those are different options for you to try to encourage students to get kind of another step into that learning. Now, with what we're talking about today, all of our anatomical models here, from our pig back here, our cow, our horse, our uterus models and our digestive models, all of them have curriculum that is included with the product itself. So as you can see here, there are a lot of great pictures and diagrams and things to add to your presentation as well, allowing that visual to be as important as what you're talking about at the same time. Now, getting a little deeper then, a lecture, PowerPoint, and then an activity, bringing the activity into the classroom or into that online world as well. So include a reflection piece or something that you could maybe assess or that you kind of are gaining knowledge and understanding. Now, one of the things that we have found that is good for students and get them to understand more is not just hearing, but also to be able to be writing things, to be reflecting, to gain different activities for the purpose not only of being able to kind of regurgitate what you said, but to then take it in themselves, to gauge that learning and understand that learning. And for us, one of the things that we have a lot of different options for you is we have different activities, there's journaling opportunities, there's reflection questions that you can go through and have students work on as well in the classroom, or again, you can email this out, have them email it back to you as well. And then something that we're very passionate about here is that of hands-on learning. And in this case here, bringing it to home of not just teaching and telling, but having them actually take it and be a part of it. So in this case here, again, gaining that purpose and understanding of this is what we're talking about. Now let's actually do it. And so have students work with what they have. Now, in a virtual world, that may be something where you can't always send out the demonstration units that you have, but there are many ways to get creative and participate in. We have found in both the classroom and in online learning where having your students use our anatomical models can get them to then try new things. In this case, they were using different pieces of tape and then putting them on different muscle parts of the animal. And so what are the different muscles in the muscular of the horse and the sheep and the goat and the pig you see in the visual here. The other thing that they did, and this is a little bit kind of that next step, is they actually had the opportunity to go out and to do it on the real thing and try to show what they're doing. I think these are just great examples of getting to that hands-on, both using anatomical models and then going and getting an understanding of the real thing and where are those things happening. So if you're using a virtual world or a hybrid model, in that sense is maybe it is teaching them to understand. So when they get into that classroom, they then can actually do and learn through that hands-on model. We really feel that that's an important piece to the learning opportunities for our students. So with that being said, again, that lecture and presentation slides, adding activities, and then hands-on we feel is very important. So want to walk through some of our products in this anatomical world and the anatomical models. These models really range from all the different types of animals that a lot of times you would see in an agricultural education classroom. But the other piece of these models is that they all are parts and they come apart. All right, they come together. And so I want to show you a little bit here, just our model here. All right, our cow's about a 1/6 size, so it's a desktop model. Our pig over here, all right, about a 1/4 size of a pig model here, but they open up. You can actually take them apart here and pull out the different pieces and be able to show the different textures, what's happening, where the veins and the arteries go, all the different pieces here within the animal itself. So it gives you that you can follow all the way through from reproduction, from the muscles, from the digestive system, and being able to show all those different pieces. Now, another great piece here is Claire the cow. She is our cow model. And again, we like to name them because that gives that ownership and allows students to be able to understand and to see. It comes with different posters and allowing students to get a better understanding. We also have Priscilla, our pig. Our pig model here allows you to, again, take all these different pieces and parts apart and then put back together. See how the systems work together. Hattie, our horse model, again, is when you have multiple of these products here, it allows you to be able to have them sitting side by side on tables and be able to talk about, compare and contrast. What is different? Why is the pig the way it is, the horse the way it is, the cow? What is similar? What is different? What is happening for the different parts of that puzzle? Gertie, the goat model, and Susie, the sheep model. So we have different models here as well, showing the different focuses. And we're going to talk a little bit about sheep and goat in the sense that are they similar? How do they contrast? And they're great kind of compare and contrast animals to use. Then we go into a lot of times what I would say is more of our vet tech world, or our companion animals, going into those pets in the sense of we have Lily, the large dog model. We have Diane, the small dog model. So we have both a large dog and then we have our small dog here, giving students ability to take apart, put together, look and see the different features and systems that they have. We also Kathy, our cat model. So all of them, again, we've named just for fun, but it's something that allows you to engage your students, have them name it, have them talk about the different pieces and parts and going through, and if it was their animal, what would they do, or how would they go through some of the different scenarios or situations that animals kind of deal with. We then have our chicken model, Chippy. And then also we have a fish model, Frank. And so all of these different models are able to be taken apart, put back together, and really help students to see, not just visually, but also tactically, understanding the different pieces and the parts of the animal. Now, those are our large animals. We also have individual model systems. So we have our digestive system models. So I'm going to grab one here. And this is our cow ruminant model. The great piece about this is that they're on a stand, so they come as a stand. But one of the nice pieces is as you open up, it has all the different textures here. So you can see the honeycomb features here. You can see all the big vat area where in the ruminant of where a lot of the liquid we stored and held there. And then you can also open it up and be able to see all the different pieces and what's going on, the different layers and how it actually moves through the system itself. So you can get our large models where you can see how everything's working together and where things are in location to other things, and have students really get that visual and that understanding of, okay, this is the animal, where inside the animal do these different systems land or lay, and understanding. Or you can get individual models as well, being able to show the model and have students understand what's going on in very specific areas. The other one here, and this one over here, is our dog uterus model. All right, it is laid out like it would be in the tract from the back end into the inside of the animal here, allowing you to be able to, and it's got a cutaway here so you can see and what's happening and how it lays out, and then what's happening in the ovaries and in the follicles, or in the fallopian tubes, or in the uterine horns, depending on the animal that you're kind of working with here. So giving you a nice understanding and a bigger understanding, being able to show what's actually happening. So in this case, the uterus models are life-size models, giving students a full understanding of what would actually look like inside of the animal. Digestive models, our ruminant and our stomachs, they are not life-size, they're a little smaller, but it gives all the textures as well. So giving you very specific focuses on those different models. So let's get into some of the anatomy and the curriculum that we have for you as well that come along with this. So all of our curriculum is available from our cow, pig, horse, goat, cat, dog, sheep. Now, every single thing that we include has lessons, and it has a focus, or it has a section, it kind of section out to a focus, a learn, and a review. focus is really getting that student started in that understanding that, aha, let's understand, okay, this is where I'm going in this this focused curriculum, and then a learn presentation mode or something that is there that's going to kind of be presenting the learning to that student, the hands-on activities, the presentation slides, the interaction, the activities that you do to really learn the different systems, and then a review at the end, giving those key points and getting you to get to that aha moment. So from the cow, we have really 3 different options here for you from our anatomical models, allowing you to show and to demonstrate with these models themselves, and put here just the structure of our curriculum, showing the anatomy, going into the different systems, and really helping you in that world. So from a learn perspective, we have some different slides, and all of our slides go through from the room into the reticulum. It includes visuals. It allows you to get some of that kind of the meaty information so then they understand what's going on, and then also includes great presentation slides so they can understand where and how the digestive tract works. When you go into it, then we also have lessons and activities that go with it. In the reproductive world, again, we have a lot of visuals for your students to be able to go through and understand what's happening and what all the different pieces and parts are for that animal. When we get into the horse model, again, horse model has a lot of different options here from the overall anatomical model and then individual models as well for the horse model. So again, going through, and we can talk through the digestive tract, showing what it looks like, how it is all kind of comes together, and the importance of it, why this is different than other animals, what's happening inside of it. We also had the reproductive tract showing you and giving an understanding of the different focuses and pieces of the animal and how it's different from other animals and how it's similar as well to other animals. In our pig model, we also have, again, with our pig model, different individual anatomical pieces, but we go through that same kind of understanding with the reproduction and understanding why and how it works, giving students understanding of gestation and what's going on with the animal, allowing you to get that really that baseline understanding when you're going through that world. Now, I'm going to stop here for just a moment here. And we're going to talk about our goat and our sheep. So our goat and our sheep models here allows you to look at, and it really goes into a great kind of view of what are the monogastric and the polygastric. And so really kind of separates those up, but it then kind of has a view. So you can actually go in and see, okay, what are the differences here from one to another? So it breaks it down of the 2 different or of the goat and the sheep, but allows you then, as you go into these, to really look at other animals, the pig, the horse. Okay, what's different, what's the same, and really breaks down those systems and why some are one way, why are they the other way. Kind of a nice little feature that is included there. And then as we get into our dog and cat, we really start to get into those companion animals, walking you through different presentations of what's happening here. A big difference here is the variations in animals, especially with the dog, from the size, from very small dogs to very large dogs. Cats, not as much, but in the dog world, really, what's the difference here? Going through and having an understanding of not only the reproductive systems, but what you need to do if you spade or neuter, things of that nature, what's happening in that world. So a little bit deeper information in that world. The cat, same thing. Some examples of what's happening and what the special things are compared to other animals that they have versus others. So again, a lot of different options for you in that world of our different animal models. And so one of the things that I want to remind you and just take a moment here is all of this is on our COVID-19 response page for you. But one of the things that I want to just kind of walk through, and so I'm going to stop sharing for a moment so you can see me a little bit better, is as we talk about this, I just want to walk through, and I'm going to use our dog model here because it's a little easier to closer to me. But this is something where our animals here, again, have the outer view here where you can see the musculature. So you can go in and actually look at and see the different muscles and how one muscle and other muscles and how they interact together, and then how they are separated as well. Again, this is something that is a hard rubberized plastic, so it is durable. You can have your students use it. On the inside, then, you can actually start seeing different features of this. And so you can see the rib cage, you can see the mouth and where it goes down the esophagus and the trachea and what's all happening up here. And then you can also see the different bone structure in the back of it and the vertebrae and what's happening here. And then as I move to the other side, as I've opened up the dog now, it really helps me to be able to start taking this apart. And so I can look at the lung and see what's happening here and all the different pieces and parts, but I can also see, okay, what does it cover up? Where is it in location to the body that this dog is? So in this case here, where the lungs actually are located, and then the heart. All right, the heart and where it is in location to the bottom of the animal, the sides of the animal, the front of the animal, being able to look and see and understand that. Now, our heart here opens up so you can see inside. You can see the different chambers. You can see the different parts of it. You can see the blood vessels and the arteries going here and being able to follow where they go, what are the importance that they have, and where they're located. Then I can take out here, I'm just going to take out the rest of them here, because now I have different parts. Now, again, this is our small dog model, so these are smaller pieces. Our larger animals back here have larger animals, more visible, visual to be able to see these as well. So I have the kidneys, I have the liver, I have the reproductive tract here, where I can actually see the bladder, I can see the digestive tract and the reproductive tract, and where each of these features are and where I would go if I was going to do any type of breeding or what is going on there. And then we also have our large intestine and our small intestine here, being able to show where all this is, being able to track it, follow it through the system itself, allowing, again, a lot of hands-on learning, understanding in the animal. And then you can have it where, again, the students have to be able to put it back together, okay? If I put this in correctly, why is it incorrect? Oh, because of how it goes and where it actually lines up. Being able to show, okay, in this case, in the back side here, where is my digestive tract? Where is my other parts here, in the sense of, again, my stomach here and how that all works together. And so putting it in here, oopsies, I'll get it in the right way. There we go. All right. Being able to put it in here as well. So going through the different systems and showing all that in there. All right. So with that being said, one of the things that I want to then kind of finish our time with here is just saying, with all of these different products, all the different things that we have, really the whole focus here is for getting that hands-on, getting that learning with your students. As we come back in and allow those presentations, the ability to demonstrate and have students be able to do different things. We have teachers who allow students to, you saw the tape, they put Post-it notes on these, they follow the digestive tract, they do different things to show these different features and what's going on within the animal. So again, you can go to our website and be able to see our curriculum, and you work with some of those curriculums, see what's there. But you can also get an understanding of the animals before you maybe purchase them, or if you're interested in purchasing them, to get more knowledge about how to use them in a classroom. So with that said, we have about 4 more minutes left. So just want to open up for question and answers. If there's any questions that might come up, please put them in your chat section. We'd be happy to answer those. But really wanting you to have an idea of how to use these products in the classroom or virtually from a teaching standpoint. Visually being able to do a lecture, doing presentation, using the presentation slides that come with our product, the curriculum that comes with our products, also doing hands-on learning, being able to touch and feel and see and use these products. So with that, wondering if there's any questions. I'm not seeing any questions, but if you have questions, feel free to please put them in the question and answer session as we finish up here. And I'm not seeing any questions. So again, if you do have more questions, feel free to contact us. You can go to our website, realityworks.com. When you're at our website, all of these products are there. All of them are able for you to see and use. So you can go on there, get visuals. There's some videos for you to understand more about it, see some of that content that we've talked about. If you have more questions and you'd like to be contacted by one of our representatives, you can call us, a toll-free number, or you can email us at information@realityworks.com, and we'd be happy to help you and give you more information about these products. These are great tools to be able to use in the classroom, in the virtual setting, wherever you might be, to be able to understand and help your students gain better knowledge of the anatomy of these animals. So with that said, I thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And if you do have other questions, please don't hesitate to connect and contact us. Thank you very much.